secret. I didn't think I was a Laura Ashley fan, but this trailer may have changed my mind, and it might change yours too. So stick with me, I'm gonna show you all around. Hey everybody, I'm PJ from Princess Craft RV, and this is the Vintage Cruiser 23 RSS. Now, they have a Laura Ashley package that you can add to any vintage cruiser, and wow, I'm impressed. It has a special look, really gives it some style. This trailer is 26 feet long total. Now that includes the tongue, and it's under 4,000 pounds. Not much, 3820 is the dry weight. But hey, what a great size for somebody who doesn't want a big tow vehicle. What it's got inside is going to be all of that Laura Ashley touch, along with a little bit of vintage to go with it. I love the layout, I love the style, really impressive. So let's go inside and get started. So first impressions are important, particularly when you have a specific style going on. And I will tell you, I'm impressed. And the reason is because I love the paneling. It's light, kind of a washed ash wood. It feels warm, but not overly done. White countertops with the gray trim. You have a blue sofa, but they didn't overdo it. You've got just a nice plaid panel in the middle. The dinette, I mean, it looks warm and cozy. It doesn't look overdone. All right, so that's what impresses me. When I walk into this trailer, it feels decorated. I love that because, yeah, when you have something really plain, I have to imagine what I would make it look like. If you like this style, they've done a great job. A few small accessories and you would have a completely decorated trailer. All right, well, let's talk about the details because that matters as well. You've got the dinette right here at the back of the trailer, and I really do love all of the windows. It just feels nice and open. You've got windows on all three sides, rounded corners on this table, so it's real easy to slip in. Now, this is a freestanding folding table, so if you didn't need the table, super easy. Just take the table out. Maybe you use it outside, or maybe you leave it at home. Of course, you can drop the table down and make this into a sleeping area. Once you make this into a bed, you have a nice sleeping space. Now, it's 1 inch shorter than 6 feet. It's only 71 inches. But for most adults, especially me being 5 foot tall, that's great. It's 48 inches wide, so not a bad sleeping space for your guest. Over here in the sofa, you can also make that into another sleeping area, but that's probably going to be a kid. It's only 53 inches long, so that's 4 foot 5 inches. So got to be a kid most likely, and it's only 33 inches wide. So 2 spaces to sleep, not huge, but it might do the trick. So cabinets above, they've got a great space up here. Goes all the way across to here. It does have a center space blocked out, and you do have your Furrion stereo in the middle. Of course, it's got HDMI cable, a USB, Bluetooth, all the things, and of course, another nice open space on this side. You do have a curve in the roof of this trailer, so in the back of this cabinet, it gets, of course, very narrow because that's the curve, but it's about 15 inches deep, so there's plenty of storage space in there. I love the light fixture. It just adds a nice ambiance in here. The curtains, like I said, the decor, it just makes it feel finished, which is something you don't get in a lot of trailers. Let's talk a little bit more about storage, because on the seating as you walk in the door on the left, that is completely open underneath. Just lift up the cushion and you've got full storage space under that. Now this cushion, that is filled with equipment and gear, so there is no storage where I'm sitting now, but the other side, yeah, plenty of space there. You've also got some hidden storage back here. Let me see if I can pull this off for you. Right under here, if you remove this cushion, we've got it kind of tucked in because that's how it looks really nice. But if you untuck it, which takes a little bit of work, you've got a nice hidden storage space back there. Probably not something you want to get to every day, but every space counts. You've got countertop on top. You could use that for just about anything. Maybe you want to decorate, maybe you want to store things there, whatever works for you. Now let's turn the corner just a little bit to this sofa. To turn it into a sleeping area, it's a jackknife sofa, so it's simple to do. Just lift up the base, flattens right out. And I have to say, it's pretty comfortable. It's not a cushy seat, doesn't feel like a real cushy recliner if that's what you like, but it's solid. It won't break down. It's not one that's going to have divots in the seat if this is where you like to spend your time. So good solid seating, very comfortable, and comfortable for somebody a lot taller than me. You can see when I'm sitting here, yeah, my feet don't sit directly on the ground. So if you're 5 foot tall, you might want to curl up when you're watching TV. Now, speaking of TV, right across from me by the entrance door, you'll see there's a slot for a television. The television is mounted right now in the bedroom, but it can move right here at the end, or it can move outside where you've got viewing from pretty much any seating. So, great feature there. Let's move over to the kitchen and take a look because there's lots to see there. So the kitchen in the 23 RSS, it's not huge, but it's very adequate. And, you know, with a little touch of blue, you've got the brushed silver, the white countertop with the gray strip in it. It just has a nice finished feel. So good solid surface countertop here. Look at this farmhouse sink. You've got a nice cutting board on the top to cover it. It's about 8 inches deep, really nice with this nice residential faucet. It's got a sprayer on it that pulls out. Small window in the back. Does have a blind that comes down. Have you ever wondered why there's blinds in some places in a trailer, particularly in the kitchen, while every place else will have a different kind of covering? Well, that is because there is a fire code, and so blinds are required if you're near the stove. That's why that is, folks. Thought you might be wondering. I get that question from time to time. Next to the sink, you've got the microwave, of course, the vent hood, and the glass top stove. You know, the glass tops, I say it every time, it's great counter space when you're not using it. And this is glass top, just flips up here, and then you've got 3 burners, and this is an iron grate on the top, lifts off, easy to clean. Lighted dials, I love it for a nightlight. If it's not your favorite, you do have a switch right there to turn it off. Yep, there you go. Oven underneath. And you're right, not the biggest oven in the world, but it's plenty wide. It will do everything you need it to do, guys. So I love that it's there. There's some things that is just great to cook in an oven when you're camping. Let's look at storage right here. We've got really big space up here. Now you do have an outside spray port, so that's what this is, a little piece of gear hiding in here. But a big open cabinet, you could put shelves in it, you could put levels, stack things in there, or maybe you just want to keep your cereal boxes and some larger items in there, whatever works. Down here, you've got another cabinet. It is a full shelf on the top. On the bottom, it only goes about 8 inches deep. So the top one, though, goes the depth of the countertop there. And of course, 2 drawers. I love the drawers. It makes everything easy. These guys come out. This one is a very short drawer. The next one is about twice the length, so you get a little more storage, and it's about 3 inches deep there. So let's move around to the end because there are some controls on the end I don't want to miss. So over here on the end of the cabinet is the slot I'd mentioned previously where you just slide in the TV and it can swivel around and you can watch it from anywhere. And up at the top, of course, you've got a 110 plug to plug in the TV, all of the connections for cable or satellite. And over on the end, you'll notice that this trailer is pre-wired for King controls for Wi-Fi. So doesn't mean that there's Wi-Fi on the trailer. It means that you can add that at your dealership. It's pre-wired, easy to do if Wi-Fi is important to you. Now down below, you have the monitor panel for your tanks. This trailer has 21 gallons of fresh water, 33 gray, and 33 black. Now below that, you've got light switches, of course, you do have your water heater and the awning and the slide out all right there at the door. Really convenient. Over here, this is the Fugatti water heater. Fugatti is a tankless water heater that will give you almost instant hot water. Now, they don't call it on-demand hot water because you will take just a few seconds to get that hot water, but the tankless part of it is what's important. You're not keeping a tank of water hot the entire time you're camping, and it's less cleaning, less water to worry about when you're winterizing, all kinds of great things about tankless water heaters. Controls right there at the door. All right, let's keep going. Right over here on the side of the refrigerator cabinet, we've got the Furrion controls for the AC and the heat. We've got a 15,000 BTU air conditioner up top, gonna keep you plenty cool when it's hot outside. We've also got a 25,000 BTU furnace, wow. So don't be afraid of cold weather. Up top, 100-watt solar panel on the roof, which is standard, is going to keep these batteries charged on this trailer, and it's going to keep this refrigerator running because this is an 8 cubic foot, 12-volt refrigerator. It's got the compressor-driven capacity here, so what that means is it's going to cool in 2 hours. I mean, that's unheard of in the old refrigerators. And the glass shelves in it are deep. You've got lots of storage space and a really nice freezer. So, wow, good job. Did you notice it's got this nice light blue panel on it? They just kept the decor going all the way through the trailer. It really feels good. Not overwhelming, which is what I expected. All right, I'm going to back up because this is what we call a walk-through bathroom. But instead of being inside the bathroom, you have a shower on one side and the toilet and sink on the other. I love this. What a great concept. So, did you notice the curved wall here? You'll see that throughout this design. It gives it a nice, warm feel, not to have all these sharp edges. All right, back to the bathroom. Okay, let's go in here. Let me show you a few things that might impress you. Now, I didn't mention this, but I love the fact that this can close off here so that you've got a separate bedroom and bathroom. If you've got company or you just want a little privacy, you step out of the shower, you've got a private space here because that bathroom door is locked behind you. All right, come on in here. It's not a huge space, okay? But it's ample. And you've got a space here on the counter to put toiletries, whatever you need, but you've got a nice big open space underneath. Now, whether you keep towels, whether you keep your makeup, whatever it is you want to store, you've got a big open space, easy to grab, easy to get to. They've got a nice framed out to match the walls medicine cabinet here with 2 shelves. The sink, I've seen smaller guys, so good job on the sink. You do have storage right underneath the sink here, and of course you have to go around a few of the pipes, but it's not bad at all. But the best thing is there's a porcelain toilet in here, so it feels very residential. It's easy to clean, it's stable. I don't know, porcelain toilets, they're really nice features. Now, I will say the only thing that I would add in this bathroom setup is I would put a couple of really nice hooks. Some command hooks would work just fine on this wall to hang my towels when they're drying. Or, you know, maybe just hang a towel for my hands. That's the only thing this is lacking. It's comfortable, it doesn't feel dark, not closed in. Yeah, I mean, is it weird to kind of like a bathroom? Maybe. So stepping across is the shower. Now they have this nice door here. I mean, it is flexible, but I really like that. Much better than a curtain. Stepping in, it's 24 by 36, so it's not a bad space in here. Yeah, you're right. I'm only 5 foot tall, but in the main cabin, right here in the center, outside the shower, it's 6'11". So you lose about, I don't know, 5 or 6 inches stepping in here. So you've got probably, over 6 foot inside the shower, plus you have a skylight. So you've got some space here. Don't worry about it being too short. I mean, for a few of you. Clint is 6'5". If he steps in here, yeah, he's gonna be close to the ceiling, but it's not as cramped as you find in so many trailers. All right, enough about that. Nice one-piece walls here, handheld shower head. Guys, this works all day long. Let's check out the bedroom, more to see. So stepping in, wow, the decor in here, it just feels so pleasant. You've got a curtain here that's going to block off the bedroom if you wanted to do that. And I mean, I just want to point out, they went to the nth degree on these small touches. They did a neutral curtain which kind of blends in with the wall, which I really like. But you see this little bow? It is all across the top, so it just gives it that finished touch. There is nothing in this camper that has not been maybe stepped up just a bit. It just feels really finished. I think I've said that 3 times, sorry. You've got the curtains, your windows on both sides, so you get nice airflow. You do have a vent right above the bed. Now, if you wanted to put in a power vent there, that's easily done so that you could pull air in and create a breeze in here. And that can be done at your dealer, no problem. That's probably something I would do just because I love that breeze coming through the trailer. Great decor on the covers here, all included with this trailer. And storage has got one nice storage piece all the way across, again on the curve, just like the one we saw at the back of the trailer, about 15 inches deep, but tons of storage up there. The shirt closet on the side, you do have a hanging bar, but shelves work too, and identical on the other side. Just like these lights right here. Now the lights can be blue, or you can touch it again and it turns white, and of course touch it again and it turns off. You do have a little bit next to the bed here if you wanted to put your glasses, your book, maybe a CPAP machine, and the plugs and the USB ports are just on the front of this. In fact, that's one thing maybe I didn't show you about. You've got nice plugs and 12 volts and USB-Cs throughout this trailer. So you've got some in the kitchen underneath that upper cabinet. You've got some at the entrance door. You've got some over by the sofa. So lots of different places. We'll try to clue you in on those. Okay, the last thing in here I want to mention is that there is the TV bracket, as we mentioned. Now, some people may bring their vintage cruisers in with televisions already on them, but we don't here at Princess Craft, and the reason is I think you can pick out a much better television at a much better price. So wouldn't you rather have that? So in our trailers, you will see the bracket. Just pick out the TV you want, mount it up, and that bracket can move any place you want it to be. A little more storage under this bed. Let's take a look. This has a gas prop on it, so it's really easy to lift. And there you can see your tank and all the storage. You notice over here with this panel, that is where your spare tire is. So it's nice that you don't have this dirty, nasty spare tire outside. Just lift that up, and it's going to be mounted right under there, wrapped in plastic. Hopefully you won't need it, but if you do, it's easy to get to. I love the curved walls coming into this bedroom. I love kind of the narrow entryway. You kind of walk in and you have this great bedroom space. What a beautiful trailer on the inside. Let's go check out the outside. Great grab handle coming out and the solid steps that just fold right up. Lift these up. I always love showing people that feature because I think it's so easy. All right, let's go this way. So did you notice the blue wheels and the baby moons? Love it. All right, this is your furnace. Remember, 25,000 BTU furnace? Wow, that's gonna keep it real toasty in there. You do have the 110 outlet here because you put this awning out. You might wanna add some extra fun out here with that. You have their cable connection and the slide in for that TV. Coming around, you do have some pass-through storage here. It's a nice wide space. It's going to go all the way across. And of course, stabilizer jacks on all four corners. You've got the crank right there. Easy to do, guys. So just drop those down, stabilize the trailer. 2 propane tanks right here, standard 20-pound tanks, electric jack, and you notice even the tongue has been painted blue and the rock guard on the front. So this nice diamond plate blue just gives it a really nice touch. Even the vintage, that blue just brings it all the way across the whole trailer. Now stepping back here, this is going to be the other side of that pass-through storage. It does get a little narrower on this side, so if you have chairs and big things you want to put inside, you'll do it from the other side. Now that's going to fill your 21-gallon fresh water tank, and all of your waste dumps are right down here. Now our battery here, that is our battery pack that we use when we set up to do the video. So that does not come with the trailer, but you've got the single hook up here with your gray and your black. Very simple. And right over here, you've got the black tank flush, keep it nice and clean, and a 30-amp plug. The slide out on this trailer is not very big. You see it only comes out maybe 18 inches. So there is some room to move around on the inside when this slide out is in. Don't worry about that. But right here, you've got that Fugatti tankless water heater, the satellite and the cable connections, and the city water connection. So if you're running from a hydrant, just plug in your hose right here. Now remember that coiled spray port that we had inside? That hooks in right here in case you need to rinse off your feet, maybe wash the dog, whatever you need to do with an outside spray port. And once again, a really nice finished touch back here with the blue bumper, the blue diamond plate, and the blue vintage logo. Just looks so well done. Up at the top, you'll notice it is pre-wired for a backup camera, so your dealer can add that really easily. Just let them know if that piece is important to you. So you'll see there's a 10-year anniversary edition right here. 10 years of the vintage cruiser, hard to believe. But this Laura Ashley edition, it's just really well done. And I don't think I liked it as much in pictures, so if you think you might be interested, you'll want to see it in person. I'm PJ with Princess Craft RV. Please let us know if we can answer any questions. We're always here for you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.